Alright, we're out here in Badlands National Park looking for pronghorns, and hey, do you see that herd over there? Alright, so pronghorns live on these vast open plains. Pronghorns are ungulates, hooved animals. They have a white beige body, a white rump, and these cool pronged horns. And boy oh boy, are they fast. Did you know that pronghorns are not antelope? They're the only surviving member in their entire family. Their closest living relatives are giraffes. Did you know American antelope, prairie antelope, and pronghorn are all just different names for the same animal? Alright, these animals are hands down the fastest animals out here. They can run 70 kilometers an hour for distance, and even run up to 100 kilometers an hour if they need to. They're the second fastest animal on the planet, only behind the cheetah. Now, these animals look a little bit funny when they run. They run with their tongues out, but they do this to allow maximum oxygen into their specialized respiratory system. They have huge lungs and windpipe for their size. They do this to process oxygen quickly. Did you know that pronghorns can see up to 6 kilometers away, 4 miles? They have these great huge eyes to see predators on these vast open plains. Pronghorns have a huge migration. They'll migrate 150 miles, almost 250 kilometers, both way every single year. They do this in groups of the hundreds. Now you might realize there's not a whole lot of water out here, but pronghorns can actually go weeks without drinking water. They actually can get almost all the water they need just by eating the plants around them. Here's one for you. Pronghorns are not jumpers. If they see a fence or obstacle, their first instinct is to try to crawl under it. They're not used to the land being broken up. They're more used to just vast open plains before everything was settled. Pronghorns will eat their food twice. After eating their food, they'll regurgitate it, eat it again just for extra process. Yum. Pronghorns are power nap champions. They're always on alert. They don't sleep for more than 10 minutes at a time. So, pronghorns have a very similar story to the buffalo. There used to be 35 million pronghorns across the open plains, but the early settlers exploited them. They hunted them to near extinction, and by the early 1900s, there was only a few thousand left. But now there is a conservation effort put in place, and you have a stable population of about 700,000 pronghorns. Well, at least these pronghorn are doing okay. There are 2 subspecies of pronghorn in the Southwest that aren't doing so hot. One of them's really not doing so hot, but time will judge us on how we handle it. Hopefully, we make good choices. Anyway, female pronghorns will always have 2 fawns per litter. Alright, let's talk about horns and antlers for a second. Horns are not antlers. Antlers are bone and they grow from the base up. Horns are a sheath on top of a bone core, but pronghorns shed the sheaths on their horns. They're the only animal that is known to do that. It's pretty incredible. So, on top of their incredible eyes, their unnecessary speed around here, pronghorns also have white hairs on their rump that stand up to alert other pronghorns there might be danger in the area. They also have a scent gland to alert the other pronghorns that they might be threatened or it's time to go. But the white hairs on their rump also act as a pace marker. It's easy for the pronghorns to see all their other pronghorn friends running across the grasslands when they're all running with their rumps up. These guys are true athletes. Even a week-old baby can outrun a horse. Now, these animals are really cool. They live on these vast open plains out here, but why are they so much faster than everything out here that tries to catch them? Well, if you think about it, they used to grow up with lions and hyenas and cheetahs that would all hunt them. And that's how they got their crazy abilities. They really are cool. But these animals are not invincible. Bears, bobcats, and coyotes especially often hunt their young. And barbed wire in a really cold winter can often be their doom. Now, these animals were truly born to run. They're really cool to see, and they definitely give the landscape its character. I really like pronghorns, and it looks like I'm viewing a blast from the past. And hopefully you guys like them too. Now, you might notice there's not a whole lot of lakes. There's a lake back there.